Hello peeps and hello peppers and welcome to the Miðvikudags Manatee, the Wednesday sea cow, which is basically my own rambling about watercolor and art connected with my favorite sea creature. I hope to make that like more of a regular institution to share art tips through this. I hope to make myself a little bit clearer in the nearer future what I stand for, but like the people who know me, and pretty soon also the people who don't know me, will realize that I have autism and ADHD, and my brain is like, look, a bird all over the place, once here, once there, and like what you don't see off screen here is that the paint box is on my walker. I also have a partial paralysis for the people who don't know yet. And I'm trying to mix some sort of light blue that like fits both to this friend here and this friend here. And of course this is turning gray, but my favorite wisdom about watercolors is they do precisely as they want. So now that I have a gray, I might as well first service this friend here. Could be a little bit bottle green, like the color of sea glass. I betcha I will make a poem about the color of sea glass this evening. Should write that idea down. If I forget it, please remind me, because look, a bird, and then the bird will give me the next idea. And I always have 1 million ideas, only 24 hours in a day, or like my friend once calculated for me that I have like 16 hours awake maximum. And of those, I should like plan for 8 hours maximum because I have very limited energy. And there's always something unexpected. And there are certainly some reasons why I don't have a conventional job, but why I'm trying to make my fulfilled existence from art. To me, art is communication, and the manatee is one of my favorite animals because it's so slow. And I'm trying to learn to live slower, and to like the infinity sign is also like used by the autism community, and for that matter also by the polyamory community, that is basically based on the idea that one person doesn't have to be everything for one other person. I only know very few people who practice this, and I have not practiced it as such. But I understand the idea, especially since I have had my experience of relations where, like, let's say my mere presence put too much pressure on one person. And I'm just throwing this out of my head into the universe, that, let's say, if someone tells you about their unusual relationship model, please give yourself the time to listen. I mean, like, also be honest if this is like something that wouldn't that you feel really uncomfortable with. But let's say most people are just thankful for an open ear, and most people don't want to get other people to share their life's model. And it's my understanding that like one sea cow, the female, only gets going when she has like 5 sea bulls to choose from because they release testosterone into the water. I don't have any information how much the sea cow is willing and able to think about her love life, but animals do have emotions. And I also do have emotions, even though I don't always show them and can't always show them. This is so not going as I planned, but I mean, like, since when does watercolor and nature go as planned? I still think one can't plan contacts or relationships. And to me, like, painting is also a way of getting a relationship with myself, like getting to know myself. Here I actually said yesterday I didn't want to put up the tarot cards every day, but this is like my role model for the night sky now, and the Hermit card plays an important role in my novel writing, where like an autistic person who went through a very personal loss needs time to draw back, and people try to reach out to this person. Here the person is much lighter than the environment, but let's say the people usually don't get through to this person, and it does take like a manatee-like animal to get through to said person. I actually really hope I will be done with that book and all its prequels and sequels and so on until Christmas, and I am really working on creating a routine for myself to create artwork. I would say my personal specialty is like speed painting. I probably will never create a picture where the people would see every single hair of the coat. And one of my closest friends actually told me the other day, you should not try to be a raven or something when you are an ostrich, because an ostrich has so many good ostrich things to offer. So I would say my art advice of the day and my manatee advice of the day is like keep an art journal to let's say find a pattern in your nature. Like let's say some people in the autism community say that the autistic people are like super good at pattern recognition. I won't subscribe to that to myself, but I think like one of my first like childhood signs of autism is that I did crossword puzzles really early, and I always wanted to sort the words, like the words were given in categories, and for instance like words with 7 letters, words with 8 letters, and I really always wanted to do all the words with 7 letters or something first, and was not willing or able to fill in any other categories in the meantime. And why do I have my finger in the camera again? Time to possibly learn to operate a tripod, but I don't have a procedural memory as such. And yes, that's part of my humor. Look, a bird, and look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sea cows. The other day, I learned that normally manatees are kind of living a solitary life. At least one source claimed that. But like at least in zoos and also in films about the like travels of the manatees towards freshwater sources. There are often several of them, so I haven't asked them personally what they prefer, but maybe they also come in several shapes and sizes of a social life. Who knows? Um, like one of my favorite hobbies is googling useless facts about animals, but of course then I compare sources, and also I check how old these articles are, because like some things are just children of their time and quite outdated, but still interesting how people view this and that also at different periods of time. Like I also watch a whole ton of like shows from the 80s, probably because now I want to see everything that I was not allowed to watch as a kid when I was like secretly coming into my parents' living room. Mostly like detective stories, like, and of course, as soon as the Icelanders figure out I'm German, they always get started. My name is Derek, because of the detective series. And my name is not Derek, my name is Frida, and none of these manatees will be called Derek, because that just doesn't suit a manatee. Technically, I have 3 more minutes to babble. So, what are we using the 3 minutes for? Yes, I actually have a white marker to create stars like that. So, like having a white acrylic marker, even when you're watercoloring, can be very smart for light reflexes, but I'm probably sitting on the marker. Yes, it's closed because in case anyone should not know that acrylic is plastic, and it doesn't, like, acrylic paint is basically liquid plastic, so when you get it on your fingers you will have like sort of like a skin on the finger, like a rubber glove, that is, according to my experience, not dangerous to the skin, but okay, A, I'm not a doctor, and B, everybody into whose sink I needed to pour the water from washing the acrylic stuff, they firmly said no, because this hardens at some point and yeah, makes little rubber skins also even in the drainage. So actually, I got out of watercolors. I just acrylic colors. I think I'll never get out of watercolors for the rest of my life. But acrylic paints have become kind of a personal no-no, and I only take these acrylic markers to create reflexes that I can't produce with watercolor, because most watercolors are intended to be see-through and intended to be layering. And actually, when I'm done with this video and my Instagram video, I will go to a neighboring town to a store with painting supplies, where, and like painting papers also, where like a total paper nerd will explain all the stuff to me, because I mean, I love this process of picking stuff, and I love this process of learning about different papers and learning about different paints. So tell me in the comment, what is your favorite medium to paint or draw, and what is your favorite motive. Bye bye.